All right, let's get started. I'm going to do a palette bingo like Batty Bean does. With all three of these palettes, I'm going to choose two from each, but since I film on my phone, I'm going to use what's called the Wheel of Names, and it is a random like name generator. And so basically I've entered all the names on the palette, and we're just gonna tap it and let it pick two from each palette. So this is the 7 Deadly Sins palette. First one is Envy. All right, so we're gonna remove Envy so that it doesn't get picked again. So we got Envy and Sloth. All right, I'm gonna be swatching like she does on the back of my arm. I didn't even think about it. Okay, so the first one was Envy. First one was Envy and the second one was Sloth. So these are the two colors that I'm working with from this palette. So I'm gonna start here. All right, so we've got those two colors for the 7 Deadly Sins palette. Let me clean this up. We'll be back with the Lily Munstar. All right, we have all the names in there for the Lily Munstar palette, and let's go. Let's see what we get. I'm excited. All right, we got horror. All right, we got Horror Housewife. So we're gonna remove that one. And we got, looks like Vamp Princess. All right, hang on, let's see what those are. All right, Horror Housewife and Vamp Princess. So we got Horror Housewife and Vamp Princess. Oof. Horror Housewife, Vamp Princess. For my first palette bingo, I'm a little scared with this color combo. All right, so we're going in with the big one now. For this one, I'm just gonna do numbers. So we're gonna do starting at 1 here, all the way down to number 16. So I'm just gonna pop those in real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, got them numbered 1 through 16. Let's figure out which two we're using. I'm excited. I hope I get something that complements. What did we get? All right, we got number 5, and I'm gonna remove that one. All right, number 4 and number 5. All right, I'm gonna close that. Number 4 and 5. All right, so we got Picasso is number 4 and Da Vinci is number 5. So we're gonna see what that looks like. Here is Picasso and Da Vinci. All right, here's my color story, guys. I've got quite a bit to play with here. I'm gonna go ahead and clean off my desk, get myself ready, and I'll be right back. I'm gonna be using the Bloody Blender, also from Glam Goth Beauty. So I already prepped my skin, already washed, cleaned, moisturized, ready to go. I'm gonna start with the Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas as my base. I absolutely love this one. It's one of my favorite ones, and I just got another one because this one is a little older and it still works just fine, but I did just do a giant decluttering, and if you haven't watched that one, it's going to be linked right there. And I threw away a bunch of skincare. I did not throw away this because I'm still using it. This is just such a good primer. I didn't like the original silk canvas, but when they came out with the liquid one, I was like, yes, please. If you haven't seen my disaster of a Sephora unboxing, which I lost footage for, had to redo it, and I was so irritated in that video. Like, it was literally a 10-minute video. It's probably less than 10 minutes after I edited it down. I don't even remember what it is now, but Go check that video out. You can see everything I got from Sephora. I'm going to be using some of those products today. One of them being the new Good Apple foundation from KVD Beauty. I have been seeing a lot of people use this, and I had FOMO. I had to do it. I've already got my sponge wet. We're just going to go ahead and go in, and hopefully this works out for me. I like the coverage. It doesn't feel like anything's on my face, like, at all. Yeah. It doesn't match. Yeah. I was really hoping. That's okay. I'm going to pull it down. I'm going to pull it down. And then we're going to cover it with lots of powder. So I should have ordered one shade down, but I honestly thought, based on what I already had, that this would be good for me, but it is not. I feel like it's a little too yellowy peach. Yeah, you can you can definitely see it down my neck. I like the sponge. Get my bangs out the way. Like I said, we're gonna make it work. I was gonna go in with the Tatcha new silk powder that I got, but since it's not really my color, I'm just gonna go ahead and use my Laura Mercier, since I do need to lighten up, because this color definitely does not match. And even pulling it down my neck, you can definitely tell how pale I am. So we're gonna go ahead and go in with some Born This Way. I've been using concealer again, not a whole lot. That is way too much in that one spot, but just a little bit, because I have been using eye cream again, because I finally got some that I liked and it didn't make my eyes water. In my declutter video, I had a Drunk Elephant like F-bomb mask. I ended up using that. It's an overnight mask, and I ended up using that, I think, that night, and my left eye watered all night long. So I think I either got some too close to my eye, or I don't know. But I ended up tossing that. There's no point in keeping something if it's gonna do that, you know? Plus I got so much stuff from Fourth Ray and Jeffree Star, and I just have a lot. But I need to get back to doing my skincare like I was when I worked at Sephora. We're gonna go ahead and powder this face all over this time. All over. I'm already needing to do my hair again. After losing all my footage, I'm so paranoid. I keep staring. I keep like looking up like, is this still recording? We're definitely going to take that one back and exchange it for a lighter shade, because I really like it. I like the consistency. This is the shade Light 012. And I want to say when I used the, which one was that one that came out, like the little skinny tube one? When that one came out, I was like a 10, but I was almost like an in-between shade, really. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and set my face. I'm gonna kill this off. The Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. I really like the nozzle. I like the spray, the fine mist. And it smells good too. I always like to set my foundation and powder before I move on to the next step. It's a habit I got into because I was oily. Still oily, it's just not nearly as much. All right, let's get these brows in order. I wish I had enough brows to like use like a brow pomade like Bailey Sarian does. Like she has perfect brows, but where she like pushes them back up and then like, ugh, they're just so perfect. To be honest, I want to get my brows microbladed. But yeah, can't afford that right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and work on my brows because y'all know it takes forever, and I will be back. All right, guys, I tried something different with my brows. I forgot I had this little pencil from Sephora. It's the waterproof retractable brow pencil, but it's in the shade Granite. And so I still use my tried and true, but instead of using the pen, the ink part, because I'm running low on it, all throughout my brows, I went ahead and used this pencil. I forgot that I had this pencil. I don't like this part of the Urban Decay. I don't like the pencil on the brow blade. So I forgot I had that. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and warm up the face. How are we doing? How are we feeling? I've been watching a lot of Bailey Sarian lately, and I just love her. She's just so, I don't know, she's so different on this platform. Like, she's just such a breath of real air. And she's not afraid to be goofy. Like, she's just, I don't know. If you don't watch Bailey Sarian, what are you doing with your life? I think we're done with the forehead, so I'm gonna put the hair back down. Even though I'm covering it, I still like to just contour and get that how I want it. Now that that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and spray my face one more time. Should spray it before I put my bangs down, but whatever. Still haven't gotten over this From the Moon blush, so gonna be using that. It's so pigmented. Gonna go in with our Ulta Matte Eye Primer. Take a fluffy brush, I'm gonna dip into Picasso. This is from the Dark Renaissance palette. I didn't think I would actually like this palette as much as I do because it's really not the color story I would normally go for. But I feel like you could do a lot with this palette. I could contour. I could use this palette on pretty much any skin tone. Because this color is just, it's just warming up my lids a little bit, but there's really not a lot of color in there. Ooh, our darkest shade is the Envy shade, but I'm thinking I want to do that under my, on the bottom, maybe do a little bit of Daddy Vinci in the inner corner. I think I'm gonna start with Daddy Vinci in the inner corner. For my first palette bingo, I'm not happy with what I got. So I'm gonna start with Daddy Vinci right here in the front of my crease. Again, I'm not entirely sure where I'm going with this, but I'm thinking because I have the red and the yellow, it's gonna maybe blend it together to make like an orange. That way the pink would kind of have something to go with. I don't know. Let me know how you guys would have done this. I'm definitely going to be using Sloth in my inner corner and for my brow highlight. And then I'm going to take Vamp Princess, which is the matte red. We're going to go, oof, I got to get up kind of close and personal, guys. I like the yellow though. It's very, oof, almost dropped that. It's very, very pigmented. All of her shadows that I have played with have been very pigmented. You know what I forgot to do? because I was so worried about the palette bingo, is I forgot to put a bake under my eyes. So I'm going to do that right now. Vamp Princess. I kind of wish I would have gotten the Transylvania color, which is a matte green. I don't know. This color is coming off very, it's not as red as I expected it to be. But I'm going to work it into the yellow to create orange. But so far, that's what we got going on. So yeah, I plan on doing a bunch more palette bingos because I think it's really fun. So I have a couple different brands that I'm gonna pull from. I have 3 palettes from Glam Goth Beauty, so it worked out that I could do 2 shades from each palette. I'm gonna do the same thing with like Lunar Beauty. I have a lot of Jeffree Star, so I know I want to do some palette bingo with that one, but probably just like 1 palette. I don't know yet. I'm gonna grab another fluffy brush and go back in with Daddy Vinci, which is that yellow. I'm just gonna continue making these 2 colors blend together in the center to give me that gradient that I'm looking for. And I'll be back when we're a little further along. I actually really hate this. But we're gonna keep going. And I'm gonna take Horror Housewife and I'm gonna put that on my lid. Like, I'm not a fan of this at all. Like, these colors together are just not cute. And don't ask me what's going on out here. I don't know. I was just trying to see if I liked that, and I don't know if that'll stay. I might clean it up, and I don't know. I just know I hate this color story so much. Do we hate it as much as I do? Yeah, I freaking hate it. Hate it. I'm hoping that my next palette bingo color story is much better. I'm gonna go in with Envy now, which is the last shade. I'm gonna take that under. I feel like I could have done something a lot better than what I've done, but I'm also gonna go underneath with some more of that Daddy Vinci color. Let's blend in with that green. Maybe with liner, lashes, maybe with everything, liner, lashes, maybe it'll pull it together. Maybe. I don't foresee that happening. I just don't. But I don't know. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up, and I'll come back with my final thoughts. Be right back. All right, guys, this is the completed look. My eyes are watering like crazy. If you have any suggestions to help combat that, please let me know, because my eyes are just super sensitive and stupid, and they like to water all the time. So what I ended up doing was I put, I used the Sloth and Envy colors from the 7 Deadly Sins. This is under my eye, and then this is inner corner, kind of like up here, inner corner, and then also used it for my highlight today and my brow bone highlight, so why not? From the Lily Munstar palette, I put the Horror Housewife all over my lid, and then I put the Vamp Princess in the outer, and then I also used it for my blush on top of the other one that I put on prior, which is the ColourPop one. And then from the Dark Renaissance, I used Picasso and Daddy Vinci. Daddy Vinci is the yellow, and I used it pretty much in this area, kind of blended into the red. And then I used the Picasso color as like my blend out shade. I also used Daddy Vinci underneath my eye to blend out with that green. I gave myself a wing liner. Not a very great one. It's been a while since I've done a wing liner. Using the Glam Goth Beauty lashes. I had to cut these down a little bit because they are huge. As you can see, these lashes go out for days. Look at that. They're huge. But this one is the Hollywood one. I thought they would be appropriate. Yeah. Oh, and the lips, I'm using the Vampirella color from the Lily Munstar collection. So really, really like this color. It looks a lot darker in the tube than it does on me. But yeah, this is the final look. I put on the necklace from the collection, and I had some bats that actually matched pretty darn good. So yeah, that's all I got to say today. If you guys are new here, my name is Wendy, and I would love to have you as part of the Darling Makeup family. So hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications so you know whenever I upload a new video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.